It's KeairaJay Travels, and today I am giving you a tour of 2 ocean view cabins on the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise cruise ship. You're probably wondering why we are touring 2 cabins. Well, unfortunately, due to the lack of cleanliness in the first cabin, I did move cabins on embarkation day. When I first started my room tour, because I like to film room tours so I can post the content, things seemed okay. I did notice wear and tear in the old furnishings, but I also was aware that the ship is like 35 years old, so I expected there to be wear and tear as well as old furnishings like all of the older wood furniture. So what I didn't expect when booking this budget cruise was having to compromise having clean accommodations. As I started to take a closer look, what I thought was just carpet that wasn't vacuumed turned out to be stains in several areas. Overall, there was a lot of dust in the room. The main concerns were the bed as well as the bathroom. So I did notice once I pulled back the duvet that the sheets were stained. I like to do a quick perimeter check of the beds as well. That's when I noticed that the mattress smelled soiled and there was some unidentifiable stains on the mattress. It smelled terrible. The bathroom overall had a mildew smell. Most of it, I'm thinking, was from the shower curtain that clearly had not been washed or changed from the prior guests. Which, of course, if you don't let a cloth shower curtain fully dry or change them, they will begin to smell. There was visible dirt on the countertop. I do typically bring Clorox wipes. As I started to wipe things, there was dirt on the wipes. It was more than dust. There was an issue with the bathroom sink draining as well. As I mentioned, there was other things like markings on the walls and in the closets. Those things were small in comparison to the dirty sheets, the dingy towels, the soiled mattress, the dirty bathroom. Though that's where I started to draw the line. So I did go down to guest services, express my concerns, spent a little time at guest services, met with the housekeeping manager. Ultimately, they moved me to a different cabin. I was moved up to deck 6 with another ocean view. So that's where we're going to pick up the room tour, and I'll give you a full room tour of that room. On the Paradise cruise ship, there is mostly interior and ocean view cabins. The only cabins with balconies on this ship is going to be the suites with terraces, and those are located on deck 10. So I will give a full tour of the cabin that I stayed in for the duration of the cruise. All right, so as soon as you walk in, on the back of your door is your muster and emergency information. Make sure you are familiar with your muster station. This room is station 3, and then the map shows you where to go in case of an emergency. Right here is my thermostat. Yes, it's broken. More on that in my embarkation day video. This is your room storage information. Down here are the main light switches. Okay, so to the left is going to be the bathroom. To the right is going to be your closet and storage. We have a shelf, some hanging storage. And down here is going to be some drawers. I didn't unpack for this one because it's a short 3-night sailing. That is going to be your laundry information. And there are not any self-service laundry facilities on board, so your steward will have to wash and iron things. So the room had 2 robes, more hanging space. Right here is going to be 2 life jackets, a safe, some additional storage, and the hair dryer. All right, so let's go in the restroom. All right, and surprise, surprise, we have that shower curtain. Have a hand towel, regular shower. It is a bit tight. A handheld shower head, and then you have the shampoo, conditioner, body wash. Have a mirror, vanity, sink, a couple face towels, your soap, a little trash can, extra toilet paper, and your full-length mirror is in the bathroom. Another trash can. Right here we have a vanity. There's lights here. So this is going to be your in-room dining menu. So heads up, there is a delivery fee and the food comes at a cost. It is not free. That is the same for the morning continental breakfast. I started to fill it out until I realized there's also a charge for continental breakfast. Your door placard, if you want do not disturb, and then if you're ready to have your room service. Right here is going to be a Euro outlet. My USB-A did not work. The other room had a USB-C charging port. This one does not. Additional light controls with the telephone, and the stool for the vanity. Over here we have the waters that you don't touch unless you want to pay $4.95, a couple of glasses, ice bucket, and there is a cooler. It's pretty old. All right, and this is the main part of the room of pool towels. So I do want to mention this room, this is a regular queen bed. It is not two beds pushed together, so I did like that. Over here is going to be your only US plug outlet, additional light controls. That drawer doesn't open, the remote. You have your TV. You are able to review your account charges because they do not have an app, so you can check everything on here. Then this area is going to be your little seating area. Nothing but a breeze, they say. This is an ocean view cabin, so there's the porthole. Some additional decor. And this is our little towel animal buddy. So leave me a comment below with your guess of what you think this towel animal is. And then we have our porthole, which is an ocean view. So we are currently at sea, so that's why we are not moving. And then there's a shade. I recommend keeping that down during the daytime because of the sun, kind of warms the room up. But that is going to be the room tour. So as always, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my upcoming cruise and travel videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.